Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're doing a get ready with me and Q&A, and I got this little chunky boy. He joined me towards the end of the video, but I figured this would be a great way to kind of share my updated makeup routine and hair routine with you guys while also answering some questions. Because I was trying to just answer questions, what I'll do is put the product that I'm using up on the screen, and then you can find like links to it and the color and all that stuff down in the description bar below. Just kind of tried to make it like as streamlined as possible. So I was getting ready, but very chatty, so make sure to follow us on social media apart from YouTube to stay up to date on all the stuff that's going on. And let's go ahead and get started. Chunky joins me at the end. Oh, you're gonna spit up. I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay, let's get started. I have no words for what just happened. My son, I thought I'll feed him. I actually look just like, he looks just like me. I see it when I have my hair pulled back. I thought I'll feed my son, give him a little snack, so if I film, you know, he doesn't need to eat in the middle. He ate for 27 minutes. It's been 2 hours since he ate. 2 hours. Thought I was giving him a snack and I gave him a whole buffet. I hope the camera stays focused. My hairline is getting so thin. I literally thought my hair was changing colors at the root. Like I thought it was like getting lighter. And it may still be, but it's actually that my hair is just falling out that much that you can see so much of my scalp. Today is my first day of clean hair. So you guys have heard me say it before. Use your dry shampoo on day one. And it'll soak up the oils before they even have a chance to come, and it makes your hair fresher longer. So this is not going to be a cute hairstyle, but we're going to do it because I do my hair last, and you'll probably see it get a little bit gray and white up here. I've been having to get ready in the bathroom so I can watch Ezra, and I've been loving this bag. It holds, it's literally filled to the brim. Also have, and this fits in there too, and it fully zips shut and everything. So let's just jump in both feet first. Like I told you guys in the intro, I'm going to be linking like colors and everything I'm using in the description bar below in the order that you see it, but I'll also put it up on the screen. Probably should have done my skincare, but I will go ahead and tell you, for Dime products, Moriah are 20 for 20% off. I buy like 99% of them myself. They have sent me some stuff if there's like a campaign or something they're running, but I do just get a discount code for you guys. I've never used the Dewy Day Cream. This is the first time. Usually the word dewy kind of scares me off, but postpartum has given me pretty dry skin, so I feel like we can swing it. And if you hear the baby crying, he's fine. Sam's with him, and he is just in a phase where he kind of like, his laugh actually sounds a lot like his cry right now. It's very weird. You can only tell if you like look at him what he's really doing. So like there's a good chance that he's like hysterically laughing out there and like super happy and sounds like crying. All right, so let's start out with the questions right out the gate. What is your least favorite thing of postpartum been? Honestly, the postpartum hair loss has been really hard because when everything else, these are my vitamins by the way, when everything else is like, it's over with, you know, the bleeding stopped, I lost the baby weight, although like I've said, like my body looks different, understandably, so I had a baby. So I'm still working on that, but like the postpartum hair loss seems to be the one that's lingering and I can't get it to go away, and I'm over it. I think I read it can be anywhere from like 3 to 5 months long, and that's really frustrating because I feel like I'm losing handfuls and handfuls of hair. But a misconception, people say, oh, you can't use a product to promote growth while your hair is going through hair loss, and that's actually not true. You can't stop hair loss, but you can promote growth at the same time. But no, there's nothing that you can do to stop postpartum hair loss, but there's definitely things you can take that may help encourage hair growth. I've been taking things that can help get the hair to grow, and I do have new growth, but I'm obviously like still at this point losing faster than it's growing, so we're working through it. But that has definitely been my least favorite part of postpartum, just because it still is around, and my son is 4 months old, and that's like the only one that I had. We're going in real quick today with the mom makeup. What's your favorite thing about being a mom so far? All of it. I have said this before, and truthfully, I know I say it like all the time, I'm probably that annoying person. I found myself when I became a mom, and I didn't expect that because you just hear so many different experiences from people on the internet, and you never really know what hand you're gonna be dealt with postpartum. And I feel like I really found myself. And for so long, you know, I told you guys on Insta, I don't love to talk about my super positive postpartum experience because I don't want to take away from or discredit anyone who's had a really hard postpartum experience. And I also don't want everyone to think it's all like rainbows and butterflies, but it was just super easy for me. But a bunch of people kind of got onto me and said like my postpartum experience is just as valid as other people's. So I'm trying to understand that is true. Good postpartum experiences are just as worthy as, you know, being shared as any other one. And I just had such a good postpartum experience that I have literally enjoyed every aspect of motherhood. Getting to see Ezra's personality is like cherry on top of the cake. He's really at a fun age now where we're starting to see like he has preferences, and it's not just like a cry to let you know your preferences. Like he smiles and laughs and he prefers people and he cuddles more in the mornings, and he's just such a dreamy little baby that like every part of motherhood has just been a joy. I need a mirror. It's a little bit closer. I feel like this one has a big mirror. That mirror is far away from me. Oh, perfect. So far, very impressed with the Dewy Day Cream because it didn't leave a like residue on my face, which a lot of like dewy stuff does. Which did you prefer, high school or college? College, I guess. I didn't really like love over, you know, the top. Oh wait, shoot, I forgot to contour. I didn't really love like over the top, you know, obsessed with college the way that other people are. I actually got a lot of my partying out in high school. So by the time I was in college, and like same with Sam, I think that's why we worked so well together in college, is because we both were just like kind of, we were partied out. We were ready to settle down and, you know, move on. But I've often said like, you could not pay me, I would not take $10 million to go back to high school even for a year. Did not love high school. Tell us something we don't know about you. Oh God, what don't y'all know about me? I don't know if y'all know this or not. I was I don't know if it's still considered like figure dancing, Irish step dancing is what we called it. I was a top 5 national champion when I quit. I think I was like 9 years old. I want to say I started dance at like 5, and there are like different levels as you get higher up and like, you know, you get better. I don't quite remember how it all worked, but I was 9 years old and I qualified because I got 5th in the entire nation to go to Worlds, which is in Ireland, but I was too young. I think the oldest they would allow you is like 10 years old, or the youngest they would allow is like a 10-year-old to go to Worlds. So I got pretty far and then I couldn't handle the pressure, and that is one of my bigger regrets, is that I didn't, because I definitely could have handled the pressure. I really just didn't want to put the time and effort into it. Yeah, I was actually a pretty good figure dancer. I don't know. I don't think y'all know that. I don't regret quitting, but I don't regret quitting. I just regret quitting when I did. I really wish I would have stuck it out long enough to be 10 years old, see if I could go to World, you know, and see how I placed. What's the budget on the house? I feel like that's probably this person's polite way of asking how much the house costs. And I'm not going to answer that because it's kind of rude to answer and ask. So I'll just say we hope he keeps it under budget. Best way I can answer that one. What was your pumping schedule like in the beginning? So this I get a ton of questions on. I'm like a freak and I hoard breast milk like it's, you know, my last day. So my pumping schedule in the beginning was a little hit or miss. I really just didn't know how much I was going to produce. I didn't know how long I was going to produce breast milk, and that was kind of scary and frustrating. I had people straight up message me and tell me like I was going to fail at breastfeeding. Just straight up say like, you're not gonna succeed at it. It's not, because it's your first time breastfeeding, you're not gonna do this. A couple people were like, you just need to be fully ready to formula feed because breastfeeding is way harder than you think. You don't know how hard I think breastfeeding is. I knew that breastfeeding was gonna be like a challenge, but I got lucky and had a baby that had no tongue ties, no like anything in his mouth was not a problem, and he latched very quickly and I had a good supply. So I kind of went balls to the wall, would pump like 5-10 minutes after every single feeding session. Like for the first month that Ezra was home, like I built up such a hefty stash right out of the gate, and then very quickly realized that that was just not, like, one, I don't like pumping, but 2, I loved breastfeeding so much that it was, you know, something I was perfectly fine with doing. My breastfeeding goal originally was 6 months. And then once I got my period back, I was like, you know, I got my period back because I really wanted to. I hear that sometimes it can take a minute to get your cycle regulated after you stop breastfeeding. And so when I got my period back, I was like, you know what? I might as well just breastfeed for the whole year if I can keep this up. And we are 4 months in, still doing so great. So yeah, my goal is still at this point now a year. But if, you know, I talked to a girl the other day, her son literally, she said at 7 months, he just was like, nope, I'm not doing it anymore. She said it woke up, she woke up and it was like overnight. And he wouldn't take any like breast milk that she had stored. She said he was like gagging and wasn't eating. And, you know, she said it was definitely hard, but he, that's just what happened. And so we're 4 months in and my goal is 6 months. Anything after that's a bonus, but ultimately I don't plan on stopping until Ezra's a year old. So I haven't really been pumping much. Now I really just pump at nighttime after he's asleep before I go to bed to make sure everything's out so that I can sleep all night long without having to get up and pump. And I probably should, but my breast milk supply is totally fine. So in the beginning, it was just chaos anytime I could because I was just hoarding breast milk like it was my job. But now it's just kind of whenever. I mean, I really just need to like get it out, or, you know, I'm not with him and he's eating a bottle like with my mom. So I have to get it out anyway. I don't even know if I'm doing the right steps here because I'm like not paying attention as well, but I'm just slapping on some makeup. Really, my hair is what takes a long time. This highlighter, this Jaclyn Hill highlighter. Ooh, or just I guess Jaclyn is the brand name. So good. If you could only buy clothes from one store for the rest of your life, where would it be? As much as I want to say Walmart, that's a very hard question because Walmart, I don't always luck out with bottoms. Like any kind of jeans and stuff. I just found a good pair of jeans like the other day. So probably Target because they're a one-stop shop. How has your marriage changed since y'all became parents? So it's changed in obviously for a better, you know, for the better. We both love being parents, but we snap at each other a lot more now over the dumbest things. So we have both gotten very good at just being like, sorry, I'm taking out on you either my exhaustion or my frustration with this. I feel like we just have short fuses. Sam and I have never been the people who don't really fight. We bicker or like kind of just have like quick little baby arguments, but I can count on like less than 2 hands the number of times we've really fought in our marriage. And I would say that before that, you know, we would bicker and it wouldn't be that much, and now it's like it's a lot more. But we both have gotten very good at recognizing, you know, we're fussing at each other most of the time just because we're tired or something, and we're just like, I'm sorry, I did not mean to take it out on you. Apart from that, I mean, Sam is my best friend. Like you know, I want to do everything all the time with him, like every day. I could spend 100% of my time with him. We both worked from home full time in 2021 and loved every second of it. So he's my best friend, and I feel like it's just only, like our relationship's only gotten better because we just have that sweet little boy that we share now. It's really just the bickering. Yeah, that's like the biggest thing. What do you wish you had known about YouTube or influencing before you started that you really should not compare yourself to others, because you could do the exact same thing that someone else is doing and it could work so great for them and not for you. So you need to just be true to yourself and don't compare yourself to other people, because at the end of the day, you need to just be authentic, and also that you are going to have to work your ass off 100% of the time, and it probably still won't be enough. There will always be someone who, you know, is doing more than you, and you'll put so much into something and it may flop, and you will even put so much into something and you'll get a lot of hate comments on it. Like, you will work harder than you have ever worked in your entire life. I probably work like 60-70 hour weeks at minimum, and I feel like I don't even work near as much as some other influencers. But between main channel, vlog channel, TikTok, Instagram, my blog, it's a lot, but I love it, and it, you know, allows me to be home with my son, so I'm very, very grateful for this job. Do you miss being an interior designer? Yes and no. I definitely thought when I got my degree that was going to be my life. You know, I was going to spend my life being an interior designer, but, and this is no hate, you know, I liked the company I worked with. I really liked the people. They had a lot of issues and no HR department that really could fix things. So towards the end, when I finally decided to leave, it was one of those things where I think it's like a decoupling thing. I started to see more issues, specifically with the company that I was working with, that made me not like design in whole. But no, I love design, and I may still, you know, do it again one day. I'm not quite sure just right now while Ezra's little. I'm kind of wanting to devote like 100% to him, but commercial design was such a dream. Like, I just just loved my job. Going every day was so fun, even with the company that I didn't always get along with. I loved the aspect of design, and I was so, and am still proud, so proud of the degree that I worked very, very hard for. You know, everyone thinks it's all like tablecloths or, you know, window treatments and pillows and commercial design. I mean, residential design is more than that, but specifically commercial design is so much more than that, and I absolutely loved it. So I have my moments where I miss it, but I think just the company and kind of the issues, the internal issues that they had, made me kind of have a bad taste in my mouth towards the end when I decided to leave. So iffy, but I always will love design. Do you have or want an assistant? I don't have one, and I really don't want one. I may one day, but genuinely, if anything, I need assistance for Ezra, and I have that because my husband works from home 2 days a week now. He had to go back to the office 3 times a week when he got his promotion, and my mom watches him on Mondays and Tuesdays so that I can film, and he loves his Gigi so much, so I could never dream of like having someone else watch him, especially because Sam and I don't trust anybody with our kid, like no one. It's literally my parents. It's the only people we really trust with our son. And so I mean, apart from that, that's really the only assistance I would need, and I have assistance in that department with my mom. So no, at least not right now. I don't have one, and I really don't want one. Male guys here. You said you want another tattoo. What are you thinking of getting? And then I also got a question about if I ever want to have my any tattoos removed. So yes to both. Let me focus. I'm trying to get my mascara. That's what's next. So I'm thinking about getting another tattoo. I've been thinking about it for a while, like probably since I was about halfway through my pregnancy. I knew I wanted to get something for Ezra. I have a lot of very meaningful tattoos. All of my tattoos are for family. I have one for my parents, my husband, my brother and sister, my grandmother. And I want to get, I think I'm going to either get it right here or on the back of my arm. If you see me on Instagram, I like have been wearing like fake tattoos, trying to see where I want them. I think I'm going to go for like this area because I didn't love the way this looked back here, especially because I couldn't see it. I think in some way I want to get daisies because that is actually the like birth month flower. Like a daisy is the April flower. So I think that would be really cool to get like daisies for Ezra versus like more text. I'm kind of over getting text for tattoos. As far as removal, I actually have really been considering getting the cross removed on my ribs because it's one of those where I think it's almost only if I'm standing a certain way, and it's one of those things I have to bring it up to people for them to notice, but the cross is crooked. And I got the cross first and then the text beside it second, and the tattoo artist tried to fix the cross by adding like a little fleur-de-lis like look to it, and I just don't like it anymore. I wish he would have honestly just left it alone. I think it probably did make it look less crooked, but I don't love it as much. That was my first tattoo, was the cross, and I love it so much, but the fact that it's like crooked really bothers me. So I have been thinking about getting it removed. If you are in the Greenville-Spartanburg area and you've ever done tattoo removal, if you would tell me where you went, I would be so grateful. Or if you have ever had a tattoo removed and you know like what lasers to look out for. I don't know anything about it. I've only very recently started researching it. It is a tiny, tiny cross, but I've really been considering it because I don't love that it's crooked. Favorite lip product, color, brand. It honestly changes so much, but at the current moment, I'm loving, I'll show you guys my lip combo in a minute. Jaclyn Hill makes really good lip products. So I'm wearing like a full combo of her stuff lately. Favorite skincare brand and makeup brand. Skincare, I would have to say either Tula or Dime. Probably Dime being my favorite. I mean, I'm literally about to use some Dime mascara. Makeup brand, it is all over the place. I'm really loving Bare Minerals and also Makeup by Mario lately, but you guys can see me holding a Jaclyn palette right now. Makeup is all over the place, but skincare, I'd say Tula or Dime are my top 2 favorite. Can you share more about your postpartum fitness? So I actually did a full video on my vlog channel. I'll link it right here for you guys. I talked all through what I've been doing and all that, but like I said, my body looks drastically different since having a baby. Understandably so. I had a baby. So although I'm back at my pre-pregnancy weight, my body does not look the same. So now we're on a journey to gain all that muscle back because I miss being super muscular. I loved it. So someone asked about sex after a baby. Let's talk about it. because I actually had a couple people ask this question, and one person said it was in a different Q&A last week, and then I had a couple people asking this one, so I figured I would answer. If you are my brother-in-law or my parents, I love you. Please exit this video. My brothers-in-law watch these videos. Braylee, Harley, Avery, you do not need to be watching this video. So yes, a lot of it, someone said like, have you had sex since having a baby? Did it hurt? What can I expect? I'm so scared. Totally normal. I was petrified in a way. So I was ready, to be completely honest, at 4 weeks postpartum. And Sam's always been very into doctor's orders. Like when I had my appendix out, they said the same thing. They were like, you can't have sex for 6 weeks. And I was like, for an appendix removal? And they were like, yes. And he was like, no, doctor said 6 weeks. So after I had a baby, they said 6 weeks, and I was ready at 4. And I was just like, I want to just jump back up on the horse. Like, let's just go. Let's just do this. I just want to get out of the way. And he was like, Moriah, they said 6 weeks. When I went to my 6-week appointment, she asked, have you had sex yet? And I was like, no, you told me not to. And she was like, oh, a lot of people don't wait. So within, like, I want to say it was within the next couple days, we finally were like, let's just do this. And honestly, it was not as bad as I thought. I was more scared of like it hurting. Now, I didn't have, you know, a traumatic labor at all. I only had one internal stitch. I think it was like a 1st-degree tear or something. And so it was my healing process was very easy. I stopped bleeding very early, so I didn't have any pain. Plus, I did a lot of pelvic floor exercises, especially towards the end of my pregnancy. So I had like my pelvic floor, you know, recovery was pretty good. So it was not bad. It just, the one thing that was not expected, but also not surprising, was that you bleed a little bit. At least I did the first time after. But no, it wasn't that bad. Communication is key, and that is whether you have had a baby or not. And there have been women who have fully disclosed their stories to me, and I have told them this, and I'll say it here too, just in case. If you have a partner who is pressuring you to do something you are not comfortable with, you are not ready for, reevaluate that partner in your life, because gross. Okay, gross. You pushed out a whole ass human. Even if you didn't push out a whole ass human, if you do not want to have sex, you do not have to have sex. You should never be made to feel bad for that. You should never be forced into it. But yes, we did at like 6-7 weeks postpartum. It wasn't bad. Very terrifying, but not bad. Okay, another one was, are your periods normal since having Ezra? I got mine back and I'm curious. So yes and no. So I got my period back at 9 weeks postpartum. I talked about it on my vlog channel. I told you guys I was in shock. Like, I thought something was wrong when I started bleeding, and I didn't have any cramps, which was what made me think something was wrong. And I messaged the doctor and they said, it sounds like a period to us. Like, just, you know, let us know if it lasts longer than, I think it was like 10 days. It ended up being 5 days. It was light in the beginning, you know, 2nd, 3rd day were the heaviest, and then it tapered off by 5 days. So it was my period. Also, I've had 3 periods since having Ezra, and one of them was a 28-day cycle and 2 of them were 29-day cycles. So the length of them, my cycles, are normal, but I have only got 1 positive ovulation test since I had him, and it wasn't even ever a peak. And like prior to having Ezra, my cycle was like clockwork. It was day 15 or 16. I would get a positive ovulation test at night, my peak in the morning, a positive ovulation test that night, and then by the next day they were negative again. And I have only had 1 just positive LH test, or LH like surge, never a peak. And so I haven't been ovulating, which is good and bad. I don't want another baby right now, but at the same time, because I'm not getting an ovulation, like because I'm not ovulating, I have to keep taking tests to make sure that I don't ovulate and not realize it, and then I end up with a surprise pregnancy again, or with a surprise pregnancy period. Ezra was not a surprise, he was very planned. But yeah, so it's great that I have these normal cycle lengths, but I'm not ovulating, which I've heard can be super normal. Breastfeeding, you can get your period back but not ovulate. For the time being, not ovulating, but I have a 29-day cycle, so I guess it's regular-ish. Okay, so this is the Jaclyn lip liner, and then I'm gonna wear the Jaclyn like liquid lipstick, and then the lip, what's this called? Like lip gloss, lip balm or something like that. And I'll put color information in the description bar. How long will you breastfeed for? I think I covered that. So 6 months is my ultimate goal. Anything after that is a bonus. I will stop at a year, and then we will go to using my stash that I have pumped after that, because I would like to get my periods back to normal at some point. Might be too personal, but do you ever have anxiety or panic since being a mom? Actually, I don't, and I was very shocked. I told you guys, I think maybe in like a vlog when I talked about postpartum, Something that shocked me, I mean 100% shocked me, was almost instantly after Ezra was born, my anxiety just disappeared. And I heard this from a couple other people, that the same thing happened to them. I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know what, but it was almost instant. This calmness came over me when I had Ezra, and it was just absolutely magical, and all of my just general anxiety is gone since having Ezra. I have not had any panic attack, and I think I just approached motherhood with such a calmness to me, because I just thought, you know what, we're gonna figure this out. Everyone says how hard motherhood is. Everyone says, you know, those first few months are just crazy, and I was like, so I know that. I know it's hard. I know it's gonna be a lot of work. We're gonna figure it out eventually, and I think that just made me very easy. It made it easy to ease into it, because I don't want to say zero expectation, but I did. I told people who, like our friends and stuff, I said, if you expect anything more than 0 from us after we have a baby, you are already expecting too much. So the people around us expected nothing from us. We expected, you know, we didn't really know. And so it helped keep that anxiety away. I do have, which I won't talk about, but there was an incident that happened that gave me a lot of anxiety about Ezra being taken from me. Like personally someone taking him from me, like him being kidnapped. I have like those kind of nightmares. But as far as like during the day goes, I think I don't really struggle that much with that. You know, I don't know, I don't really go out and have a lot of anxiety and struggles unless someone does or says something in the moment that gives me anxiety or panic. So like the other day, I was at the Nissan dealership, and I think it might be a Southern thing, because some of you guys said you experience it. Some people have said they've never experienced it. A lot of people ask, like a lot of people want to help a mom, and I know that they have the best intentions, but the other day I was at the Nissan dealership, and a lady kept asking to hold Ezra. Like she asked multiple times, and she was like, I can see you're struggling, do you want me to hold him? And every time she asked more and more, it seemed less like she was helping and more like she was being creepy, and that gave me a lot of anxiety. So it's not like I just have general anxiety. It's more or less if someone says something or does something, it kind of then triggers that anxiety, and I go really into fight or flight. But yeah, that's kind of, I guess, the best way to describe it. What's wrong, my little child? Oh, why are you in a different outfit?
Too gross.
Oh no. Hi, Ezra. You gotta hang out so y'all might start hearing him scream. No, it's fine. Hi, baby. Where do I get Ezra's clothes? Amazon. Because I could buy a lot of sets. Thick boy has outgrown his clothes so fast. And I put heat protectant on my hair, which is why it's smoking. And so I buy, like, because you can get really affordable sets and stuff from Amazon. And like Amazon, I'd say H&M I used to, but H&M, the sizing is so weird. Like they don't have, for instance, like 3 to 6 month stuff. They have like 2 to 4 month stuff, which is just super odd. And then I got some stuff from Walmart that's actually really cute. I like Walmart sets as well, but that's really it. Oh, I love this one. So many people asked this question. So they said, if you could pick, because you guys, I think a lot of y'all know, a lot of people actually worded it this way, I'm only having one more baby, no matter what. And a lot of people said, if you could pick, what would the next baby's gender be? This is hard. You bring me a burp cloth? Thank you, baby. Yeah! What would you want? Would you want a brother or a sister next? I liked having brothers. I liked it. I don't know if my brothers liked having a sister, especially a sister like me. I was a lot, but if I could pick the next gender, oh God, I don't know. I really don't know, because, and I've told people this when they ask, I cannot lose with the next one. I can't, because I wanted Ezra to be a boy so bad. Like sorry, it's really blurry. I wanted Ezra to be a boy more than anything in the world. And I had a dream that he was a boy. And so I was like pretty sure I was having a boy, but like I just wanted a boy so bad. And so either the next one is a boy and I have 2 boys, or a house full of boys actually, because like Allie's the only girl animal we have. Salem's a boy, Doug's a boy, my husband's a boy. So either I have a house full of boys or I get a girl and it's something different. So I can't lose with the next one. I don't know if I could pick. I guess I would say girl, just because it is something different. I don't know. What do you want? Do you want a brother or a sister, Ezra? Your daddy wants you to have a brother because your daddy loves the fact you're a boy. Miss Olivia Grace makes us want a little girl, doesn't she? Because she's pretty perfect. She's pretty cute. my friend who had a baby. That's her daughter's name. She was 2 weeks old as of yesterday. She looks just like her mama. That's what I told Samantha when I saw her. I was like, wow, we really did just copy and paste our genes and just put them on little people, didn't we? Like, we both thought we would birth our husbands in baby form, and neither of us did. Her daughter looks just like her. She is the cutest little thing. So Ezra has a little friend already, so who knows? Finances. Do you keep a budget? I got a lot of like, how do you afford to shop so much? So I want to talk a little bit about that. This is a job and I treat it as such. I have an accountant who has set up, you know, all kinds of different like accounts. This is a full LLC. The whole nine. This is a business, and so I keep my business separate from our personal accounts, and if I shop for a business purpose, it is purchased from a different account. Just like how, so say you work for a company called Smith's, and Smith's pays you bi-weekly. It would be essentially like, I am Smith's and I also pay myself. I get that paycheck bi-weekly. That's just the easiest way to explain it. I pay myself a check every other week from the money that I make, and the rest of it sits in a business account for business purposes. And since I am now self-employed, that's kind of how that works. As far as our personal budget goes, so we do have one, but with the freaking inflation and just how expensive everything is, we haven't really reevaluated it lately. We've kind of just monitored it based on how expensive everything is now. Especially since having a baby though, I feel like we are a lot more conscious of what we spend our money on. But Sam and I do not have debt. We only have his student loans to pay off, and then of course we bought a house. But yeah, we only have his student loans, and that's the only money we have to pay apart from like living. So we don't really make a lot of lavish purchases. Anything we do make is usually for our house or for Ezra. So yeah, we have a budget. We probably need to reevaluate it very soon though, because with just everything, how expensive it literally is to live right now, we haven't really reworked those numbers. Someone said, what are you most excited for in your new house? Can't wait to see all the home stuff. Y'all, I'm so excited. That's very hard to share. What do you think? I bet you're excited for, the big bedroom? You can have a big bedroom. It's a lot bigger than yours now. Well, yeah, it's a lot more, it just is a lot more usable space. So we have a screened-in porch that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited to have a pantry. Really excited about the big island. I'm really excited to have a house that doesn't feel like it's gonna blow to toothpicks the second that the wind blows too hard. Lots of things. If I had to pick one, I would say I am most excited for the garage. So we actually are having a garage, and right now I have a carport that I park my car under, and Sam just parks, you know, kind of beside it. And it is a nightmare if there is any kind of weather to unload the car, to unload Ezra. And we're gonna have a garage, and we're gonna be free from the weather. Yeah. Is that what you're excited for? Mommy's excited for you to have your own bathroom. There's multiple bathrooms in this house. It's just like the perfect house for our family, and then the additional child that we will hopefully have. I'll hold you in a minute. I'm not gonna hold you while I'm doing my hair though, because I have a hot tool in my hand and I don't. You're kind of grabby these days. This is even a lot for me. I usually curl my hair really, really kinky the first day, which is why I use the small. This is so much. There's so much curl here. This is kinky even for me, but it's okay. Okay, so 2 more questions. One of them, you big thick boy. Look at them chunky thighs. Look at that. Mommy did those. Mommy made that. All right, one of the last 2 questions was, how does AdSense work for survey ads on YouTube? I have no idea. I don't know a ton about YouTube AdSense. That's one thing. YouTube is very transparent about their algorithm, about, you know, how they share your videos, but Google AdSense themselves are not very transparent about how all that stuff works. I couldn't tell you. I do know that I have no control over what these surveys are, the ads are at all. I had a lady one time get so mad at me because I guess there was like a political ad before my video, and she was like, I will never watch your channel again because you support them. And I was, what? And the wording, it took me a minute to realize she was talking about like a political ad. So I think ads are based on your use, not mine. But I have absolutely no idea. I just know that creators are not supposed to click on their own ads. Don't mess with them. Don't, you know, nothing. So I kind of steer clear of those. And then what's your favorite bra for breastfeeding? I only wear Kindred Bravely bras, whether nursing, pumping, hands down, or Davy Piper, but Davy Piper is a sister brand of Kindred Bravely. So those two, I'll link my favorite nursing bra and then my nursing pumping bra in the description bar below. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. There was a lot of questions. It was a long video, but we are fully ready for the day. We're gonna go to the chiropractor, gonna take them thick ties and go get adjusted. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.